Hey everyone, haven't done a video in a couple of days, so I figured it's time and I wanted to share something that I think will be really helpful for you. Um, I know what it's like to start as a coach, to be super excited, to start a new group like what we've done, be super excited, and then guess what happens? Life happens. So somewhere along the way, you start to lose a little bit of that motivation. And trust me, I get it. So I want to talk just a little bit about motivation because one of the things I have people ask me so much is, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay consistent? How do you keep going even when you're feeling discouraged or you're hearing no's or life is happening so incredibly fast and you can't really stop and take a breath? Here's what I have done. Number one, you have to be honest with yourself. It is not going to be easy. You're adding something new into your life. I don't expect any one of you to instantly jump into coaching and think that you're going to be able to just do it nonstop and everything else is just going to fall away and you get to focus on coaching 100% of the time. That's not real. So first we need to have that perception and that acceptance that we are going to have to make sacrifice somewhere. When I first started coaching, I was working outside of the home. I was not a full-time Beachbody coach. And yes, my kids are a little bit older. I don't have little kids. But at 5 and 9, they fight. They're kids. If I hear, "Mom, can I have this one more time?" and get interrupted, trust me, I have it. So what do? First and foremost, I know that I have got to make time somewhere. It does not have to be consistent every single day unless that works best for you. For me, my days are so scattered that I know I'm going to be consistent. I just don't know exactly when. Some days I might work out in the morning and get that out of the way because it worked out. Sometimes I might work out at night because my husband takes off for a meeting and that works better, which also means that my time to work my business is going to be different. If I'm not working out in the morning and the kids are being quiet, then I'll spend an hour and rock out a power hour then. Now, when you're feeling those feelings of being discouraged, however, motivation is totally different. So how many of you have started to feel that feeling of defeat? Maybe you have been super excited and something fell through. Maybe it was someone that was going to sign up as a coach. Maybe it was someone you thought for sure you were going to be able to help with your challenge group, and then it just peters off and gets quiet. So oftentimes what happens, right, is we feel so discouraged that you feel that motivation within yourself slowly dwindling. And I'm here to tell you that that is the last thing you want to have happen. So what do? I just make myself push forward. I know that I have to treat this business like a business and not a hobby. One of the things I remember the most when I first started was the realization that I wanted this opportunity to pay me back like a $100,000 business investment. I had to treat it as one. Now, we don't have a boss. We're our own boss. And sometimes that's so liberating and so freeing. But other times it also means we don't have someone telling us we have to do something. If we don't show up to a Super Saturday event, if we don't hop on to a national wake-up call, if we're not getting in personal development or inviting people, what risk really is there? There really isn't. We don't have a boss that's monitoring our every move. But I'm here to tell you that you have got to be your own boss. You have to treat this like it's a job, like every single day. If you don't show up, you're not going to get paid or you're going to get fired. And when that clicks in your mind and you realize that that's really what this business is, it's a heck of a lot easier to be motivated every single day. And it's just like our fitness journeys, and so often people don't put that parallel together. But how hard is it to start working out at first? It's pretty hard. How hard is it after you've been doing it for 3 weeks? It's not very hard because you've already established that guideline and that base of schedule. It's the same thing. So for the first week or two, it might be harder for you to get into a routine of being consistent. And maybe you're going to have to do things a little bit different. If it's getting up a little bit earlier or going to bed just a touch later or working during your lunch hour or having a babysitter come to the house for a half an hour, 3 days a week. Whatever it looks like to you, It's going to be different from person to person, but it's worth it. So for me, the biggest thing was treating this like a business, was letting go of my excuses and knowing that what I do today is what my business is going to do in a month or 2 or 3 down the road. And that if I stop the wheels of momentum, my business is going to just completely die. And getting those wheels to start back up is so difficult. So keep going. And when you're struggling with motivation, just remember your big why. Remember what means the most to you, why you work hard, what your end goal is, what would mean the most to you, and fill yourself up with the positivity and the personal development that you need. Start your day with it, end your day with it, and make those adjustments in your daily calendar, and you can do it. Because honestly, if I can still fit it in and I can do this every single day and do it during the summer with 2 kids underfoot bothering me and driving me nuts in the midst of travel baseball and soccer and a husband who works a crazy summer business, anyone can do this business. It's just making the time and making it a priority. So I hope that helps.